Now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Cameron Landfield.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is basically perfect, and there's very little weather that you'll actually notice, except for, well, the sunshine, if you want to call that weather. It's more so the lack of it. It's going to be beautiful out there. Already seeing that in Corvallis. Check it out. Live shot out there. Nice blue sky. The sun is already starting to bake the heat in right now. We are, however, a little cooler than you'd imagine with these kind of conditions. When you lose the cloud cover overnight, you lose a lot of the heat in the morning. So we are starting off somewhere in those 40s. Here in Eugene, we're at 44 with almost completely dead winds, which is a really good indicator of the incoming high pressure for today. As pressure tends to build, winds usually subside until we get into the afternoon, which I don't think we'll end up with a wind event for today. Most likely just a whole lot of beautiful nothing going on. Satellite imagery is showing you basically nothing for today as well. There's a little bit of cloud coverage towards the southern coastline at the moment, but it's going away quickly. Don't worry. We'll be in that high UV index everywhere pretty soon. Speaking of such, today we're at a 9.5. We get into the extreme category once we pass into the 10.5 to 11. So we're getting pretty close. You got to think about your skin. You could get sunburnt in a very short amount of time for today. So if you're working outside for a prolonged amount of time, just keep your health in mind. It does get a little bit better as we move into the weekend. Saturday could be under a 9 because there are more clouds on the way, but it looks like they're getting thinner and thinner the more I research it. So I think we'll stay in a pretty high UV index. And the next thing that you'll notice that is not necessarily weather but is connected to it is the pollen. Today is going to get way worse. I can almost promise you that. We were at a 48 yesterday. The day before that, we were at a 470. So likely we'll end up with another 10 times multiplier for today with high pressure just keeping all that pollen trapped next to the surface. And here's those temperatures. This is the big news for today. This is basically all of the weather, just high heat. Look at 70 degrees along the coast. It's pretty unusual that we've reached that. And we're getting into the low 90s, potentially down towards Douglas County. So it's going to be a beautiful one. Even more evidence for that, check out the stormcast for today. This is rolling through the whole day. Basically, the only thing you'll notice is a little cloud coverage on the northern coastline as we get towards 8 to 7 o'clock tonight. So just basically relax. Today's going to be amazing. 7-day forecast will show you that. Really not going to be changing too much either. We get more clouds coming in Saturday. That cools things off closer to average temps, and then we stay that way for basically the entirety of next week. Umpqua basing the same, 90 to 82, and then somewhere in those low 80s for the rest of the week. For the Cascade Passes, 80 degrees for today, getting into the 60s. And Willamette Valley, same pattern, should be in the mid-70s next week.